Iron Lung, the adaptation by Markiplier of the video game into a film, has finally been released. It had a one-day theatre showing over here in the UK, and I was able to go see it. So let's talk about it. So, for those who don't know or need a reminder, Iron Lung was a video game that was on Steam or whatever, and you were a convict who was welded into a submarine and you got dropped into an ocean of blood. It was set in the future and you were on the moon, something happened, and now you need to go down there and use a camera to figure out what's in this ocean because it might help humanity for some reason. And this film basically has the same premise. However, they have adapted the lore even further to create one hell of a cosmic horror film. I'm going to do my best, but no spoilers. But here's a spoiler warning if you don't want to know anything. This film has been in the works for a long time. Like I said, Markiplier, one of the biggest streamers in the world, really loves this game. It is a great game and it is rich for an adaptation into a film. But it's not the kind of film that is a general horror film. People who like The Conjuring or Scream or generic loud noise ghost bit film are not going to like this film.
There aren't enough of us left.
Because it is set like mostly around one person welded into a submarine who is trying to navigate this ocean and stay alive.
You did test this thing, right?
This is the test.
And it has got some quite high concepts, but the great thing about this film is those concepts are delivered, one, very naturally, and not all just through dialogue. Finally, someone understands show don't tell, and to have dialogue feel natural. It's a conversation, or it's him looking at something, it's showing how something works by him using it, and it was just a breath of fresh air. I am so glad that Markiplier was so passionate about this because he obviously really tried, and he understands storytelling and he understands horror films, and I was really impressed by this. After the Chris Stuckman debacle, you know, where we had a movie reviewer who thought they could make a film and it didn't turn out very well, I was a bit worried about this film. And then the trailer dropped and it looked good, and I went to see it. I was excited and I was kind of ready for disappointment, but it was good. Markiplier is a good actor, he's a good writer with an asterisk, and I will get to it, and he directed this film himself. The direction of this film is actually really good. It really emphasizes that claustrophobic, hard to breathe feeling that you get when playing the game, because it is just you in a tiny submarine, and it really was well done. The cinematography and the cinematography used in this really emphasizes that claustrophobic feeling. And like I said, Markiplier can actually fucking act. He can actually act. It was really good.
But there is too much at stake not to take calculated risks.
He genuinely had me going at places with his performance, because he goes from angry to frustrated to confused to annoyed to scared to heroic to selfish, all these different emotions, and he does them really well. It's a genuine surprise, but a good surprise, because Markiplier really did a good job. But the fact that he directed it himself, wrote it himself, goes to show that he's a very talented person, and we need more of these horror films where people are taking chances and taking a story and expanding upon it without having to change loads of stuff. I will get to the elephant in the room, which is what I said before, which is not everybody is going to like this. I've heard some people think that this film is going to be Markiplier in a submarine fighting a giant fish monster. It is not. This film is very much a cosmic Lovecraftian horror. It is about things beyond our comprehension. It is about things that are bigger than us. It is about insanity. It is about gods and monsters and the universe and space and time. And we don't get all the answers. We don't see everything. We have to piece things together. We have to try and understand on a very basic level without knowing everything. This film doesn't hand everything to you. And again, for me, I love that. I'm a huge Lovecraft fan and I love cosmic horror. I love watching or reading a story where the main character is going insane because nothing makes sense, because he's too small for it to make sense for him or her. I love that. I absolutely love that. And this story has that in bulk. And some people won't like that, you know? Some people won't want action. Some people want jump scares. But this, it's a foreboding feeling of dread.
Quiet Rapture. Too few to rebuild.
It is a realization of the situation you are in without knowing how it can possibly continue or how the outcome will be, because you are insignificant in the grand scheme of things. And that is this story. And a lot of people won't like that, but some people will love that, and I am one of those who loved it. It is genuinely a slow burn, I will say. It takes its time to set up who our main character is, the convict, and it takes this time to set up what they're actually doing, how the mechanics of this submarine and this world work, and the history behind this dystopian future.
I see that question in your eyes. For what purpose?
And sometimes it takes too much time. And this is one of the only negatives I have with the film, is we've seen it with a lot of first-time directors over the last couple of years, especially when they're writer-directors. They don't know how to cut down dialogue or edit. I think 10 to 15 minutes of extended scenes could have been cut out of this, and it would have felt like a much more evenly paced film. That is the only thing I have, because this film is over 2 hours long, but it really did to take its time too much sometimes. Like I said, it's just when you're a first time writer, director, you know, sometimes you don't know what to cut out because you want to keep everything in. And it does feel that this is what Markiplier has done, but it's not a massive negative. It is just something that could have improved the already good film. Because I really, really enjoyed this. For the budget it had as well, the visuals are fantastic. It does a lot with very little, especially what we see and don't see in regards to what happens in this film with what is in the ocean. And I'm not going to divulge what happens in that because, again, this is a spoiler-free review, but it was great. And even in moments where things may have looked a bit more, you know, this obviously didn't have a $150 million budget. It had a $3 million budget. You can forgive it because it's so good and it's so well done and it's well written and it's well directed. I am genuinely surprised and genuinely excited to talk about this film. I really enjoyed it. For me, hell, 7 out of 10, maybe even 8 out of 10. Let's call it 7.5 out of 10 because I really, really liked this. This is the kind of story that speaks to me, but like I said before, I can see why people won't like this because it's slow, because it is not a typical horror film. It has moments in it that are genuinely head scratchers if you aren't paying attention. But what do you guys think about this? Let me know down in the comments below. Did you play the original game? Did you get to see the film? Are you Markiplier fans? I really want to know. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell notification for more horror news and reviews, and follow me on Instagram and TikTok for news, reviews and trailer reactions over there too. And I have a Patreon if you want to help support the channel and keep me going, keeps the lights on, and you get exclusive content. And until the next time, guys, happy watching.